Today I'm going to show you how to set up your clicker responders, the Centio ones that some of you have. So the first thing we need to do is download the students from Schoology in a CSV file so that we can upload those to the responder software. So in order to do that, you're going to go to your gradebook, you're going to go over here to the gear and go down to export. And you're going to pick gradebook as XLS or CSV. Hit next. See, it's going to download it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Finder. I'm going to go to Downloads. And I'm going to right click on it and say Open With. And we're going to open it with Numbers. And here's the file. Now we've got a bunch of stuff on here that we don't need. The only three columns we need are these three: the user ID, the last name, and the first name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this column right here, hold down the Shift key, scoot across all the way to the end, and click on the last column. Then I'm going to hit the right click button and say Delete Selected Columns. So now I only have three columns left. Now the way it's set up is this column has to be first. So all I do is take it, click and hold, and drag it over here to the first column, and now it's all set. The other thing I need to do is change this name. It will not accept a unique username. It will accept just ID. So I'm just going to highlight it and hit delete. First name and last name are fine. Now this is the idea that the kids will have to type in order to be able to use it so that you know who it is. It's an awful long name there, and the problem is that they're going to forget this. Part of it is their PIN number, but I think it might be easier just to assign number 1. So the way to do this is you fill in the first two and then select them like that, and then just pull down on that little circle and it will automatically fill in the numbers for you. Alright, one more time. And go back, I'll show you again. I typed the number 1 there. I'm going to type the number 2 here. And then I'm going to select them by holding down the Shift key and selecting both cells. And then I'm going to go here. See where it turns black? Click and hold and pull down, and it'll automatically fill in the numbers for you. So now all the kids have to remember is their number once they walk in your classroom. Next thing we're going to do is go up here to File. We're going to say Export CSV. CSV is chosen. Say Next. And you probably want to change this to whatever your class name is or whatever period it is. So you might say period 3, for instance. And you want to save it. Make sure you're saving it to your desktop. And then export. And we're going to close this up. It's going to ask you, do you want to save? And you can go ahead and no, you don't want to save it. You don't save. And we're going to come here. And now we need to open up the application that goes with this. So I'm going to go to Applications. I'm going to go all the way down here to where it says Smart Technologies. I'm going to click there. Smart Tools. And Response Teacher Tools. And I'm just going to double click on it to open it. Alright, now I've already created this class, but it may ask you to fill this part of it in. And when you're done, you just say Done. Right. The next thing is it probably will ask you, you're going to be right here, and you can add a class. So to do that, you do a class name. So I put down period, let's say 5. And we'll say period 5. You can say what is a passing grade or not. That's up to you. Go ahead and say add. And it's going to say, what do you want to do? And we're going to import students to your class. And we're going to import them to period 5. That's the one we just created. And we want to do comma separated values, so I'm going to click on that and then click next. Now it's going to want you to find the file that you want to import. If you remember, we saved it on the desktop, and right there it is. We named it 3, thinking that we were going to do period 3, but that's okay. Then you select it, hit open, and if you did it right, it'll say completed successfully. So that's how you do it. Now you just have to repeat those steps for each class period that you want to import students to.